Good evening and welcome to the Everett School Committee Finance and Negotiation Subcommittee. It's Monday, January 29th, 2024, and the time is 6:04 p.m. And we will, Clerk, if you could please call the roll.
Ms. Cornelio.
Here.
Ms. Hurley.
Present.
Chairwoman Lambert.
Present. 3
members present.
If you could all join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And just from the chair to explain the subcommittee, as chair, I've chosen to have public comment. I believe it's important to hear from everybody, and that also includes other committee members. So it does offer the opportunity for other committee members not a part of the subcommittee to participate in the same way the general public does. So I felt it was important to include that in subcommittees. So it's a little bit different than normal, but with that, I will entertain a motion to open public comment.
Motion to open public comment.
Second it.
So moved. And the first person is David Fortin. If you could please come up.
Good evening. I'm David Fortin, Ward 4. I just want to say it's important for the taxpayers to know where the money is going and that it's going to education and not that it's going anywhere else. For example, miscellaneous expenses or anything that's not education related. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fortin. Our next speaker is Paula Staridi.
Paula Streety, 100 Cleveland Ave. Good evening. I'd like to ask the committee to support and recommend bringing in the state auditor. We all are very hopeful with the school committee's goal to be more transparent, and what better way to start that than to bring in an independent state auditor. I'm asking as a taxpayer who's concerned that a lot of my tax dollars, instead of going towards education, has gone towards legal expenses and NDAs. I hope anyone who has children in the school system and anyone who cares about education would be very disturbed by the amount of money diverted from education to legal and NDA settlements during just the years of 2017 through 2019 alone. We're not talking about thousands or even hundreds of thousands, but millions of dollars during this short period of time. I have submitted several public requests. Mr. Galvin responded back to me in 2002. The first item that concerns me was that the school department's insurance policy was canceled due to excessive losses. I believe that was in 2019. My understanding is that the school department pays the first $50,000 in legal expenses or settlements, and then the insurance covers up to $1 million. Then we, the taxpayers, are on the hook for anything over $1 million. And if I understand Mr. Garvin's responses, it looks like the taxpayers are on the hook for millions of dollars in payouts for just 2017 through 2019 alone. Next point that is concerning is when I asked for audits, Mr. Galvin said to his knowledge, he said there's only been audits done. There weren't any audits done until Superintendent Talihani took over in 2020. Another concern that some people have asked me to raise here, is that prior to 2020, when Superintendent Talihani came into Everett, contracts were not put out to bid, which I believe is a state or DESI requirement. My next concern from my conversation with Mr. Galvin is prior to 2017, school department files and financial records are not available electronically, but actually in cardboard boxes in storage. My last concern is the lack of an interim superintendent contract and the lack of any school committee review and approval. Again, I ask you to support the efforts to bring a state auditor in. I think the people in Everett deserve to know where their money's going. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Staridi. Are there any other speakers? And with that, I will entertain a motion to close public comment.
Motion to close public comment.
Second it.
All those in favor? Public comment has been closed. Our next order of business is Agenda Item 4, Number 1, the Everett School Committee, that the Everett School Committee engage the State Auditor's Office for an audit of accounts, programs, activities, and other public functions in accordance with Mass General Law, Part 1, Title 2, Section 12. There was a handout in the original packet, and then the Finance Office has also provided a history of audits. And I will open debate on the topic. Or if there's a motion, and then we can debate.
I don't have anything to debate, other than I agree that there should be an audit, possibly using the state auditor's office.
I second that motion.
Motion to engage the state auditor's office with an audit.
I second the motion.
Any debate on the topic? And just for clarification, for subcommittees, we are a referring body, so this would be referred back to the full committee. No decision we make tonight is final. This is just to be able to look in depth. And so on that, I will ask for a roll call vote.
Ms. Cornelio.
Yes.
Ms. Hurley.
Yes.
Chairwoman Lambert.
Yes.
So moved, 3-0.
And the item has passed to refer to the full school committee that the Everett School Committee engage the state auditor's office for an audit of accounts, programs, activities, and other public functions in accordance with Mass General Law, Part 1, Title 2, Section 12. And the next item on the agenda is V1, to conduct strategy sessions in preparations for negotiations with union personnel or to conduct collective bargaining sessions or contract negotiations with union personnel, Mass General Law C-30A, Section 21A2, to wit the Everett Teachers Association Bargaining Unit A. I would entertain a motion to enter executive session and to adjourn in executive session.
Motion to enter executive session and adjourn in executive session?
I second that motion.
All those in favor? Aye. The ayes have it. We are now in executive session. Thank you all for your attending this evening.